China's ascent and misgivings it has sparked, in Asia and the West, now has prompted a cohesive reaction in the Indo-Pacific region. As we all know, the new trilateral military alliance, Aukus, was introduced to the world, which consists of an English-speaking club of democracies, a characteristic that can potentially provide additional clarity and impact due to the trio's shared common history and culture. However, this core grouping, opposing China's growth, excludes two geopolitically crucial clusters. Asian democracies, in the Indo-Pacific, especially India, Japan, and South Korea, to the east. And France and the European Union, to the west. On the other hand, after years of experimenting with the notion of forming a security cooperation, the Indo-Pacific Quad, which includes India, Japan, the United States, and Australia, opted to focus on geoeconomics rather than geopolitics in its response to China. The leaders have put forth ambitious initiatives, which includes ending the COVID-19 pandemic, promoting high-standards infrastructure, combating the climate crisis, partnering on emerging technologies, space, and cybersecurity, and cultivating next-generation talent in all countries. So, after the first face-to-face summit on September 2021, the Quad leaders decided to clearly concentrate on those key areas, which is excellent. But the question is India and the other Asian democracy, like Japan and South Korea, comfortable with the two-tact arrangement? The answer is probably not. So, what has to be done, particularly on the security front, to reliably discourage China? Clearly, another layer of security collaboration in the Indo-Pacific is required, firmly marshaled by those nations in the West, primarily the European Union and the Asian democracies to the east, who have been left out of Aukus. India, due to its strategic location in the Indo-Pacific, can naturally take the lead in establishing a have-not security cooperation. To the west, India must establish ties with France as the entry point to an unprecedented and comprehensive security partnership with the European Union. France has already reached out to India after being left out of the Aukus. Recently, the two leaders discussed collaboration in the Indo-Pacific region and the important role that the India-France partnership plays in promoting stability and security in the said region. Notably, the leaders agreed to maintain close and regular consultations in the spirit of bilateral strategic partnership. French President Emmanuel Macron talked with Modi, specifically, on deepening and strengthening an existing unique military partnership between India and Paris. The increased Chinese warship patrol alarms India and France, so both have shared interests in the region. And both can work more effectively together to compete with China. Moving east and into the Pacific, India is well placed to build a real multi-track strategic cooperation with two important Asian democracies, Japan and South Korea, which isn't afraid of sharing and co-develop military and related technology. India must strengthen ties more with Asian democracies and France in order to challenge China.